Hey, what's going on everybody? Dorian from After We Say I do marriage and relationship enrichment. In this video, I'll be talking to you about the 5 myths that might be keeping you single. The 5 myths that might be keeping you single. Please subscribe to this YouTube channel and please like this video. I will be right back. My wife and I, we've been married for 24 years and we have worked with a lot of singles over the years, trying to help them to navigate through the tough times of dating and courting. And it is amazing that you hear all these different mantra, such as I'm waiting for my Boaz, I'm waiting for Mr. Right or Mrs. Right, and I'm waiting for my soulmate. And the truth be told, myth number one is that very thing. I am waiting for my soulmate. Listen, I have news for you guys. There is no such thing as a soul mate. There is no tying of two souls together as a single person. In other words, you're basically saying that in order for you to really find happiness, you're going to wait until you meet someone that you and them kind of connect via a soul tie. That's not biblical when it comes to dating and courting. A matter of fact, here it is that we find ourselves in a culture that believe in a soulmate, and the truth is there is no such thing as a soulmate. What does it mean when we talk about a soulmate? It basically means that there is a person out there that you and them soul kind of interlock together. It means that out of all the people in the world, there's one person and you seems to have a connection. And the truth of the matter is, I don't believe that there is such thing as a soulmate. The only time there is a tying or bonding of a soul is in the marriage. When you and that person get married, you and that person becomes one flesh. That's the only time that there is a bonding, there's a fusing, there is a connecting of the soul. There is soul tie through sexual encounter and through relationship and through friendship. Yes, there is. However, if you're talking about that just one special person out there that is qualified and suitable to be your mate because you have a feeling or a chemistry or bonding, I don't believe in that kind of stuff. I don't think it's right. I think it's a myth. I think we watch too much Hollywood movies and all these stuff that we see on in reality TV show, and you bring that into your world, into your reality, and it's not Bible. It's not biblical. There is no such thing as a soul mate. You only become one flesh in marriage. That's it. And that's all. And number two, there is this one special someone out there for me. There is just one special someone out there. There is no such thing as just one person that is qualified to be your wife or be your husband. If that was the case, then no one should end up in a divorce after getting married, because often you hear people say, that's my soulmate, that's my one and only, I found my good thing, I'm not gonna leave, I am in this forever, that's it, I'm done, this is it. You get married and then sooner or later you hear that they already got a divorce and they're on their third marriage. I thought this person was really the only one for you. So there is no such thing as there is just one person out there for you. Reality is, I believe that there is more people out there with the same character, the same personality, the same core value that you're looking for in a mate. God will position those people, but you still have to make a choice whether you want to be with this person or not. But for you to say that there is just this one person out there for you, first you believe in the tying of a soul as it pertains to soulmate, and now you're saying that there is this one person out of close to 8 billion people that is the right fit for me. So basically, you'd have to go through all of these people to find your one mate. What if that one soulmate never find you? What if that one person and you never encounter? Is it safe to say that I could be a good husband to another person other than my wife because I am a good person? Is it because of my wife why I am a good individual, or are you a good individual with good character, good personality, great core value, believe in God, a Christian, believe in your faith, and you're willing to live this lifestyle with anybody that you desire to love. So the truth be told, it is not my wife that make me a good person. I am already a good person before I met my wife. But when the two of us came together in marriage, we polished and helped to build each other. But we had our values before we got married. And that's one of the big mistakes that most people make. They're thinking that, that this one person is going to elevate them and make them better than they really are. No, I think that you already have the character and the personality, or you need to have the character and the personality and the core value before marriage. And if you don't, then your expectation for marriage is wrong and you are going to be disappointed. So number 3, I am waiting for God to find my spouse for me. Well, I'm sorry. God is not going to find your spouse for you. God will position people that qualify and fit what you're looking for. But God is not going to find a spouse for you. See, that's a setup. Because basically what you're saying, if God found the person for you and the marriage didn't work, then I can blame God. But do you forget that we are free will creature? That we have the ability to think, to plan, to take action on our own? As a matter of fact, God is such a loving God that he didn't want us to be one-dimensional and just behave like a robot. He didn't want to program us just to do what he wants us to do, but he gave us the free will to make choices, and we live with the choices that we made and the consequences based on those choices. And so God will not find your mate for you. God will display people, I believe, that fit the profile and the character with the core values that you're looking for in a mate. But I don't believe that God is going to literally pick a mate for you. If God really picked that mate for you, you still have to do the work in the marriage to make it work. Have you ever heard people say that, listen, God gave me a vision that you're going to be my mate? I know for sure because I saw you in a dream. They have this great story about the vision and how you were in this dress, or how you were preaching, or you were in this job, or you know what I'm talking about, right? And then eventually you meet the person and say, yeah, you're right, I dreamt about you too. Okay, well, that's good. What happened next? You get married, and what do you think? Because you got a dream or you had a vision or somebody prophesied to you that you're not going to do any work in the marriage? Well, I know prophets and pastors and bishops and elders and deacons and ministers and evangelists that had a great marriage and end up in divorce. So because you're anointed, because you're holy, because you're righteous, that does not equate to a successful marriage. You have to do the work. You have to do what is required to make a marriage work. So even if God gave you that spouse, you have the free choice to do what is necessary according to biblical principle as it pertains to marriage in order for your marriage to work. Okay? Number 4. Your choice may not be what God has for you. So you may want a man tall, dark, and handsome. You may have a blueprint in your mind as to what your ideal mate is. I know there are women out there right now that will not date a man that is shorter than them. Now, I'm here to say that, listen, it's good that you have choices, good that you have a blueprint or a thought process or a mindset as to the profile of what you want your mate to be. But I want to say to you, you have to be a little bit more flexible. And here is why. Because what you think is right for you may not be what God really wants for you. And truth be told, that it's always the case where you wanted this person and God blessed you with this individual. I wanted a light-skinned lady. I love light skin. That's what I thought I would find in a mate. I dated girls that were very much lighter than my wife. That was when I was fast with the dating process. When I was 16, I was dating a girl that I thought would be the love of my life. But my wife that I've known since I was 5 years old ended up to be the woman of my dream. She personified what it means to be a helpmate. In love, 24 years of marriage, building together, working together, doing things together, adding value to each other's lives. And here is the thing. That was not my thought process as to what I wanted in a mate. But God saw it differently. God saw it fit to bless me with what I needed to help me to be the man that I am today, rather than yoke me to someone that didn't fit or was not a helpmate. That would be a knife rather than a wife. Y'all hear what I'm saying? So, The choice that you want may not be what God has for you. This may be what's keeping some of you guys single. That you want him tall, you want him dark, you want him handsome, you want him with muscle, you want him with facial hair, a full beard, and he can't grow it, and all that stuff that you desire. What about the character of the person? What about the real character? I believe that it's always about the character. When you understand the true character of a person, you will see the value in them rather than just what they really look like. Now, don't get me wrong. I am not saying that you must marry a guy that is not attractive or a girl that is not attractive. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is the way the person treats you, the core value and the character that they have is more important than what you quote unquote think is the choice or the right fit for you in a mate. And number 5, and finally, they must be more successful than I am. Truth be told, that's wrong. I don't really necessarily think that is true. I know that we live in a culture where everything has to be ready-made. You know, we don't want to go through nothing. We don't want to build anything. What about the days when your grandparents used to get married and they build something together? The culture that we live in right now, it was built by the baby boomers is one of the most productive generation that this nation have ever seen. After World War II, they go out and they work, they build, they get married, and they were doing everything in their power to build a life together. But now we are part of a culture where it's all about social media. It's all about, you know, the quick fix. I want it now. It's about reality TV and everything has to be perfect. There's no flaw. That's a lie. It's not reality. True reality is understanding that you meet someone not 100% perfect, but perfect enough, knowing the will of God for their lives, have value, comes from a good home, great background. Both of you guys may not be 100% successful, but you have vision, goals, aspirations, and dreams, and you're willing to work together to accomplish your worthwhile goals and dream together. My wife and I, we got married when we were 23 years old, and whatever we have accomplished, we did it together. 24 years of marriage, guys. We're happier than we have ever been, working together, building together, loving each other, and that's what marriage is really about. So if you're saying that I need a man that is more successful than I am, or I need a woman that is absolutely polished and flawless, you are wasting your time, because you're really not gonna find that. And if you do, it's fake. It's like a Photoshop picture. Person really looks good on picture, but then when you meet them in real life, you have to do a double take. See, that's what's happening with most of you guys in relationship, because the expectations that you brought to the table, you couldn't live up to that, and it causing problems right now in marriage. So these are the 5 myths that is keeping most of you guys from finding a qualified mate. All right. So number 1, there is no such thing as a soulmate. Number 2, there is no such thing as one right person for you. Number 3, listen, God is not going to find the mate for you. Number 4, your choice may not be what God has for you. And number 5, they don't have to be successful like you are or more successful than you. Guys, thank you for watching. I really appreciate you spending your time watching this video, and I hope that you were blessed by it. Please subscribe to this YouTube channel. Please like this video, and I will catch you on the next one. Ain't it great? God bless you. See you later.